Aussie. 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 Angry Aussie. Aussie. Angry.
Hey, here we are for a possibly surprise live stream. What was I going to do? Trello. Sorry. A bosunbird. Right, I got a few in the can. All right. Don't think anybody's here yet, so I'll just go and set some stuff up. Gotta move this chair. Phone's budding. I don't have any ice. I gotta remember to leave chicken in charge. Actually, maybe I'll leave chicken in charge now. Hey, Noog. Yes, happy Canada Day. I'm gonna get a chicken in charge to sit still. All right. I actually changed the banner. The chicken is in charge. And there. Yeah, there we go. Chicken's in charge. Musical aviator. Oh, working at home 4 p.m. to midnight shift. It's a deadly shift, but at least you're working from home. All right. Ooh, I'm completely disorganized. Let's see, first up, I'm going to do a shot for the 4th of July, so I've got it ready. Freedom shot. Red, white, and blue. Wait, did I clear the files on this like a freaking professional would? I did not. All right, I'll do that now. Hopefully I fucking downloaded them all. But I have a wild cavalier devil-may-care attitude. All right. Let's get it happening. All right, so Musical Aviator, I won't be on till midnight. But I'll keep you company for a couple of hours, you know. Maybe I'm in the background while you're doing stuff. All that good stuff. Okay. So that's ready. Put this here. And where is my bracket for my GoPro? Keep forgetting it's got a magnet and a pretty strong one. Like you're meant to trust, like putting this on your car, which honestly, that's a lot of trust. I don't know if I have that much trust in a magnet. America, fuck yeah. It's so hard to say anything about like the 4th of July or something without getting that Team America song in. America, fuck yeah. Not even sure if that movie was satire, honestly. So I'm working something out. Actually, you know what? You can just stay there. Just working some shit. All right, so a shot. So, which would be the best shot glass to do it in? Questions. Probably this one, quite honestly. Oh my god. That's such a big sneeze. Okay. Or maybe this one. That's going to hold. Actually, that's going to hold way too much. Sorry, no. I think we'll just do this shot glass. Or the skull shot glass. Decisions. Which shot glass will we use? And I haven't decided what red thing I'm going to use. Cherry gin, maybe. Now, let's see how much mess I can make. Okay, so that holds that much. How much does the skull hold? They hold the same. Kind of think I should use a skull shot glass. But it's less clear. This is more clear. Okay, I'm going to do that. Oh, overthinking. I'm over here, overthinking. Alright. Get some ice later. Oh god. And put this away as well. I don't even decide what I'm doing past this shot. So I'm just going to do a shot. Okay. Red things. Do I have a red liqueur? Because that would be better. That's a blue liqueur. That is the wrong colour. It's also the wrong colour. That isn't red enough. I think I'm going to use the red gin. Red bitter. Now, I like the cherry gin. It's going to taste better if I use the cherry gin. I didn't get the cinnamon powder. God damn it. Went in the kitchen to get it and I got distracted. We're going to put some elevator music on while Chicken's in charge. Into space. That sounds funky. All right. It's just take me a minute. It might take me a minute to find the cinnamon, which is why I'm putting elevator music on. Oh, so I have a giant thing of cinnamon. Okay. Turn the elevator music off, even though it's quite nice. And I'll just get it worked up. Let's wait and see if anyone's actually going to join the stream. Okay. That. Fuck. Okay, that. Red, white, blue. Let's fucking go. Bloody Shiraz. Or cherry. You know what? I need to turn on a brighter light and look at which one of these is the better red. Oh, this is a much darker red. God, maybe the bitter is the right one, actually. Oh no, syrup. I've got red syrup. Grenadine. You know what? I didn't actually measure how much this holds, so I'll know how much to put in. How much does this hold? It's a mystery. 2.5 ounces, original root. Okay. And I probably should have put more thought into this. Rushing to make a final decision. Okay. Another thing I could do is the bitter red, which is here. It's actually probably a bitter red. Okay, it's the bitter red. Okie dokie. Artichoke. I'm gonna finish that tonight to give me some more space. Okay, red, white, and blue. What's my absinthe is down here. And agricole. Red and white and blue. That's how we like it. Red, white, and blue. What's happening? I think apparently there's people there now. Hello. Chicken's in charge. Right. Now I have my little pourer that Dr. Abigail 3D printed for me. Which, you know what? I'm going to try it without that and see how we go. And if that fucks up, then I'll do it again with the pourer. Right, okay, let's get started. Okay, where's this shot? About there, okay. That's good. Three quarters, 1.5. Yep, okay. I think that's the way you do with 3/4 of an ounce each time. Right. All right. Let's see how we go here with yon experiment. Hey, yes, Arthur. testing a layered freedom shot. All right. Okay, that's completely wrong for a start. Okay. I am El Stupido. Take two, I think. How high does it go if I put half an ounce? Half an ounce, okay. Jesus. Trial and friggin' error here. Yeah. Bitter. Okay, well, you can stop. That's all wrong. Okie dokie. Trying again. Okay. Now. Actually. She's a bitter. Wash it red out. Wait, half an ounce of Dwight rum. And we'll try and layer this. See how we go. I'm going to say we did not go at all. And finally, some blue absinthe. What does that look like? That looks red and blue, not red, white, and blue. You know what? Okay. Take two. And some cinnamon. Little cinnamon. Okay. So that. Honey dropping in and out. That's fine, man. All right. So, shot one. It didn't really work. It's not red, white, and blue. It's just red and blue. So, attempt number two, we're going to use the pourer. Get another shot glass. Okay. Let's get this. Turn up the light a little bit. Okay. Okay, so half an ounce. I am going with half an ounce. Good to see me do shots in a bit. Yeah, turn the fucking camera on, man. Half an ounce, half an ounce. Right, so that sits there. Okay, so now that's fucking working. Okay, Dr. Abigail, 3D printing genius. All right, that fucking worked. That fucking worked. Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. It's a work of art. Now, where'd I put my blowtorch? Man, that just lit straight away. That's so high octane. Ooh. Now, cinnamon. You know what? That's probably good enough. The flame, she burns so high. In fact, let's do this. Getting a fucking photo of this shot, man. A shot of the shot. Right. Okay. Get a photo of my beautifully layered shot. Yeah, what do I got going on here? Yeah, that's the shit. That's the shit right there. Fucking layering, man. Don't know if anyone's watching, but look at that. Okay, you can't see it because of that bright light. Oh, shit. What's that thing? Look at that fucking layering. Look at it. Just fucking look at it. All right, now to do my little talky bit, I'm only going to get one take to do this because I'm going to put the shot back. See how I go. that. G'day, cocktail lovers. For the 4th of July, I had to do a freedom shot, which of course has to be red, white, and blue. What you use for the ingredients is up to you and what you have. I went with something high octane at the top, some blue absinthe, because America, we're going to set this on fire. A friend 3D printed a device for me to make it easier to layer, so I went... A friend 3D printed a device to make it easier for me to layer. So I started with... A friend 3D printed a device to make it easy for me to layer. So I started with a bitter red aperitivo, and then there's a layer of high proof white rum, and on top, some blue absinthe. And because America, we're going to set it on fire, and there's going to be fireworks. Then, of course, the shot. Tastes like freedom! That's so strong! Loto, how much in a week or month? I am thoroughly actually aware of the health damage that drinking does, but you know what takes more off your life? And I'm not joking, being unhappy. I might even do a video on this at one point, because it's absolutely true. Being unhappy is a killer. All right, chicken, you're not in charge anymore. I guess I could say I don't drink as much as if you see the thing, people who aren't used to someone who's into cocktails assumes that means I'm drinking all the time, and I'm not. I mean, I obviously drink alcohol. I just did that shot for show. I never do shots. I need to drink some water now. Dirty water. Pretty much any health authority would tell me I drink too much. I'm aware they would say that. I'm also aware they're correct. But, what are you going to do? Not drink? I mean, obviously, choosing to not drink is actually a very smart choice. I don't want to deride that at all. I'm just joking. All right, that goes in there. Oofed. That shot friggin' burned my throat. Oh. Palate cleanser with some sody water. What do I do with this? Fucking hell, man. That one didn't layer as well. I mean, there's a little... Actually, oh God, it's actually quite hypnotic seeing the layers whipple. Whipple, that's a word. Whipple is a word. Oofed. What will I make with that? I mean, maybe I could actually just dump it in the soda water. I could do that. Do. Make your fuck yeah. Oh, Communist Day. Ooh, now it's looshing. The absinthe mixes with the water. God, now it looks like... it looks like dirty dishwater or something. Hey, Safa, how you doing? Man, that's actually kind of interesting. Ooh, there's some flavor going on in there. There's some flavor. I'm in Flavor Town. Got to think if I'm gonna make another video. I wanted to have a little talky talk one. Make this one called Midnight, the Stars and You. And talk about substitution and some saline. I have to go and get my friggin' olive brine. Hey, Megaleech, how you doing? It's a very similar color. It just is a thing that absinthe does when it's in water or almost any other liquid. It's like the oils come out of the absinthe and the drink goes cloudy. The effect is called louching. It's genuinely unattractive. This literally just makes me think of dirty dishwater. I could always do that too, Safa. I think I've got the same engine as Megaleech, although Megaleech is particularly good with the prompts, I think. You should, rather than just say cocktail, come up with a more detailed prompt. Because the AI generated images are fun. They're just fun to mess about with. Oofed. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what I do. What shorts was I going to do? A bosun bird, a rum last word, which sounds quite nice, actually. A gin mezcal sour. Ooh. Honestly, that sounds good. That's a bit different to anything I've done. All right. Thinking deep thoughts. Visible Fox, also Canadian. Happy Canada Day to you, my friend. Well, I don't know. People just see the Canada Day and they want to join, celebrate everything fine about Canada. I'd love to visit. Never actually been there. Would love to visit. I know my son for a while really wanted to go, and I honestly think he probably had an online crush with someone. I think it was in Toronto. He never really admitted it, but I think that's why he wanted to go there. Dr. Abigail, happy birthday, by the way. And I also have met Canadians, believe it or not. They tell such fun stories. The people who live in the places that get to minus 20, minus 30 Celsius, which blows my mind, and they get meters of snow. It just, functioning in that environment does my head in. That's not all of Canada, obviously. It's an extremely big country with a lot of diversity, but yeah. Oh, Safa, I'm all for celebrating maple syrup. Maple syrup's fucking awesome. I saw a meme about that the other day. It's like, do other trees also have delicious blood? I'm worried we're missing out by just focusing on the maple. I bet working in Florida, a lot of Canadians going down for the warmer weather. I could see that happening. Yeah, absolutely. Maple syrup is actually a good cocktail ingredient too. Good sweetener. Jesus Christ, that fucking shot I did absolutely made my throat raw. I never do shots. Ugh. Ground side. This is a cinnamon I was sprinkling on the fire to make it sparkle like fireworks for the 4th of July. Well, yeah, I can see that, Harrietta. Yeah. DeSantis is reckon terrifying, quite honestly. It's one of your best friends from Massachusetts saying that maple syrup is one of their exports. Yes, that is a valid point. Maple syrup's not limited to Canada. Yes. Spell. Shout out to the spell check for Massachusetts. That is a tough one. It's fun to say. Massachusetts. That's a fun name. I like saying that. I actually just remember a thing, doing a little writing exercise in like primary school, like year 5. It's weird that this sticks in my memory. I remember a couple of, because I like writing. I remember a couple of the writing exercises, and one, the story that was like our inspiration, our story prompt, was about someone on a ham radio, so like CB radio. Is back in the 70s. Was it 70s, 80s? Anyway, so that was the starting point. So the whole idea is the story is going to revolve around one character talking to someone in another area over the radio. And for some reason, it just popped into my head. I wanted one of the people to be from Massachusetts, because I just love the way it sounded. And so I'm asking the teacher how to spell Massachusetts, and she's like, "Why are you like this? Like, what? Why did you come up with a weird, difficult to spell place? Why can't they be from, New York?" Again, I actually love that turn of phrase. Only maple if it comes from the maple region of Canada. Otherwise, it's sparkling tree sap. And I'm pretty good at maths. Thank you, Safa. Oh, yeah. Truck drivers still use radios. There's lots of reasons to use radios for communication. Like bushfire season, a bunch of people will use radios to stay in communication. It can be more reliable than the mobile network, depending where you are. Safra, I don't really. Actually, the answer will be no. Do Dubbo people use UHF in town? No. You would get truck drivers with CB radios. Out on farms, they may well use radios. In town, no. Of course, when my time in Dubbo is the deep, dark past pre-mobile phone days. So the concept of needing to be in touch with people all the time just wasn't a thing. You'd call someone's landline. I didn't even have a landline in the house growing up. There was no phone in the house the entire time I grew up in there. So, so I was absolutely not a phone person. So, it's just in those days, you just accepted you weren't in touch with people. It's just the way it goes. So, Dr. Abigail, different frequencies are good for different purposes. Yeah. Yes. Range, piercing clouds and smoke, bounce off the ionosphere. And some communication mediums are only line of sight, which obviously has its problems, but sometimes the line of sight communication provides very clear communication in a particular way. Was a Nokia? No, my first phone was a Motorola. I can even trace back to when I got it. I got it in 97, because it was for when my partner at the time was pregnant, to be able to be in touch at all times. She was a bit paranoid. So As Young as Angry was born November 97. It's actually an easy reference point for me. I know I had my first mobile phone in 1997. And that was back when the usage plans were incomprehensible. You're trying to work out which is the best one for you. And there were all these things of, oh, it's X cents connection charge, then it's X cents a minute, maybe for the first 5 minutes, then it's a different amount after that. And it might be a different rate at night or during the day. And it was just fucking impossible to work out what mobile plan was the most cost effective for you. It was a ridiculous time to be alive, basically. Yes. So just there was so much bullshit in the early mobile days. The one saving grace of the early mobile days in Australia is the government did actually mandate all the networks had to be interoperable. That was a precondition of running a network, which was a fucking excellent rule to put in place, because for years in other parts of the world, the phone networks weren't interoperable, so you could only talk to people who were on the same mobile network as you. That was all through Asia, as the United States. It was through lots of Europe. Sometimes bureaucracy is a good thing when the government just says, hey, you know what? You and your free market horse shit, fuck you. We are going to mandate you have to do a particular thing that may or may not fit in with your corporate goals, but it's better for the public. So to hell with you. This is what we're doing. So, I will. Telstra did a lot of stupid stuff in the early days of the mobile networks, but this wasn't a Telstra thing, this was a government thing. But the mandate to have all mobile networks be interoperable, very good one. That was a very good one. It's weird. This is licorice water now. For anyone who's never had absinthe, it's an aniseed-based flavor. So it's the same flavor base that licorice has. So my drink now tastes like licorice water, which is not altogether unpleasant. It is honestly slightly weird. I have a little bit of an urge to sweeten, actually, and I think I might. I might sweeten it just a little bit. I usually have sugar and things. Apart from cocktails, do have some sugar syrup here. And I get my stirrer. Actually, I'm going to use this spoon because I'll also use it to measure the sugar syrup. Just put a spoon, little 5 mils in there. I actually have to practice stirring with a bar spoon. That's a particular skill. In one of my books, there's a very good instruction set on this is how you do it. And I'm too lazy to have to spend probably somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes just practicing just this repetitive motion until you get it right. And then you can just do it all the time. And I don't know, I don't have the attention span, but I absolutely should do it. Yeah, that's better. Oofed. It's a funny old world. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so happening thing in the world. What actually is happening? I haven't looked at news today. Let's look at news together. See what's happening in the world. Where's news on this? News headlines. Da-da-da. 1,300 arrests in 1,300 arrested in French protests following police killing of teen. France to deploy 45,000 police. Do they have that many cops? Holy shit. Macron blames video games and social media. I'd kind of blame the cops murdering a kid, really. Canadian expat roasts. Okay, this is contentious on Canada Day. Canadian expat roasts Aussie approach to friendship. All right, this is stupid fucking clickbait. Making friends. Canadian living in Australia. Canadian friendships go, do you want to hang out this weekend, next weekend, potentially every weekend after that? I'll introduce you to my friends. You can introduce me to your friends. We can build this tightly knit community around 2 or 3 close friendship groups. You'll feel loved and supported. You'll always feel like you have someone to hang out with and will be friends for years to come. She reckons Australians are, I can't hang out this weekend. I've overcommitted myself to like 6 different events and 30 different friendship groups. Only way I'm going to be vulnerable with you is if I'm completely plastered and you don't drink that much. So even if I don't drink, I'm going to want to keep things pretty superficial because feelings make me uncomfortable. Someone said, as an Australian can confirm, most of us hasn't made new friends since high school. Spot on. Really hard to make friends in Australia. Not everyone agreed about Canadian friendships. Some viewers had experienced living in Canada 8 years, 3 provinces, no clue what you're talking about. Who are these Canadians? I've never experienced making friends this way. We live in very different realities of Canadian friendships. Making friends in Canada is ridiculously hard. People have their groups and are resistant to outsiders. So that's meaningless drivel. I don't know why I indulged in that. I fucking hate when the media do articles just based on fucking shit on social media. Yeah, it is pretty. That is a pretty harsh bit of birthday news, Dr. Abigail. No Taylor Swift tickets. There's no getting around. That's pretty tough. Biden scrambles for future plan after student loan forgiveness is altered. Okay, cool. Prime Minister louds bigger than expected budget surplus. I don't know, maybe do something about cost of living and fucking rental nightmares, for fuck's sake. Aussie TikToker Georgia Rose accidentally spends $10,000 on Taylor Swift tickets. Accidentally spent $10,000. Logged on for the American Express VIP pre-sale. Prices ranged from $350 to $1,250. So hoping to get assist to the most expensive package, reserved seated floor ticket, special merch and perks such as priority check-in. Crucial error, which saw her dad's credit card charged $10,000. So she had too many windows open trying to get tickets and all of them, and she got them in because of how confusing it all was. Her dad messaged her saying, "Did you get through the lounge? Someone charged $10,000 to Ticketek on my Amex account." She bought 8 VIP packages. Oh dear. She's since been banned from having an Amex card. She was able to sell additional tickets to friends and family. Now we have amazing tickets right on the diamond. Okay. Too much money, not enough sense. That actually could be it, Dr. Abigail. Maybe French Canada versus the rest of Canada. That actually could be the difference. Yeah, that is number one. Is so many things in life are easier when one has rich parents and you can be indulged. Fools the lot of us who weren't born to rich parents, really. Study bursts major working from home claim. New research suggests bosses have points. Blah, 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 blah. Flurry of studies in recent months have found, contrary to what employees claim, working from home decreases productivity while increasing anxiety, depression, and loneliness and limiting professional development. Horse fucking shit. That is such bollocks. That is literally just shit where they set their study to get the finding they want. Here's the thing, when we say working from home, we're not demanding everyone works from home. We're saying we should have the right to. For the people who want to go in the office, do it. Go for it. Do it. It's this ridiculous, infantilizing horseshit. I was saying, a US study of productivity of call center workers in a major online US retailer had a negative impact. Prior to COVID, remote workers answered 12% fewer calls than on-site workers. When the call centers closed, productivity of former on-site workers declined by 4% relative to already remote workers, indicating the 30th inch. It's just like, it's also down to the particular work. Your work's measurable and working from home causes a problem, then you face that. But when your work's measurable and working from home doesn't cause a problem, it's just this horseshit corporate dick riding in these articles saying, and just doing these all-encompassing fucking statements. And it's like, no, I'm not claiming anything is all-encompassing. It's like, you ask me what I want, I'll tell you what I want. And if someone else wants something else, good for them. It's just vapidly saying, productivity. No. And also, I need to stress, I'm not getting this pressure at my job. I'm talking about these things that are reported in the media. But it's really just, okay, if you can measure the deliverables or what you have to do in the work, then do that. And if you have this objective measurement that says working from home is a problem, then address that. But just doing this vapid it's a bunch of fucking middle managers who are like A, control freaks, and B, realize their only job was standing over people, telling them to do work. And if they're not there to stand over people and the people still do their work, then their job actually doesn't matter. It's just fucking ridiculous. A politician said, if you want to buy a house, you can't get your parents. Can't you? Yeah, that sounds like something Tony Abbott would have said, quite honestly. It's just, oh my God, it's just so ridiculous. But yeah, these work from home stories enrage me because the things they say are fucking full of shit. And it's always just these corporatist dicks who are saying it. And oh my God, no. Take a blowtorch to it, honestly. I'm going to stop reading it because it's just going to fucking make me really angry. Just because anecdote reported as fact drives me up the wall. Absolutely up the wall. Good Lord. Yes, and Gladys Berejiklian and her seriously corrupt conduct. And Liberal Party hacks trying to say it doesn't matter. Ooh, this is a fun one. Former US President Donald Trump's bid to use presidential immunity to dismiss a defamation case by Eugene Carroll has been rejected by a US judge. District Court judge said 77-year-old's response was over the top. Presidential immunity is not a get out of damages liability free card. Mr. Trump's lawyer said they disagree and they're going to try it. It's like, yeah, screw you, Trump. Honestly, the world's going to hell. Sorry, that's a fun headline. The wrong track. Remembering the embarrassing saga of Sydney's monorail. I remember Sydney's monorail. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Good Lord. Hey, Greg, how you doing? And yeah, that's literally a thing that happens, Music Gravity. You go into the office and there's no one there. Like, I'm going into the office tomorrow. I'm willing to bet there'll be less than 20 people, at most less than 2 dozen. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, there's a whole department thing on Tuesday that I'll go in for, and there'll be too many people in a room, and I'll sit there being paranoid I'm getting COVID. We're going to wear an N95 mask and just says bullshit. Hey, Strictly Sega, how you going? Music Behavior. Thoughts on the referendum, Indigenous voice to Parliament? I would be a very strong advocate for voting yes. Although I do get annoyed at people who say there's no progressive or strong pro-Indigenous argument to vote no. I think that's really obnoxious because it is possible to want to vote no for progressive reasons. And as much grief as she gets, what Lydia Thorpe says about this just being symbolism to make guilty white people feel a bit better, I mean, it's not a lie. It's absolutely not a lie. Yeah, that's my response. Strong advocate for vote yes, but understanding there are people with extremely legitimate motivations to advocate for voting no. None of those people are in the Liberal Party. I'll just throw that out. None of those people with a valid no argument are in the Liberal Party or the Nationals or are just generally right-wingers. They're all scum. Oh, and an Alan Arkin double. Wow, there's so much to choose from across his career too. I don't think I know either of those movies. Simon, where he believes he's an alien, and The Russians Are Coming, which sounds vaguely familiar. Is that quite an old movie? It sounds vaguely familiar. It was the Mike Myers film, So I Married an Axe Murderer, which I think is an underrated classic. And Anthony LaPaglia is in it. And he's a cop. And he keeps having these things with his sergeant or his captain. He wants them to be more like the TV sergeants or captains who berate their detectives because it would make him feel more motivated. And there's some very funny interactions between them because Alan Arkin doesn't feel comfortable just being this belligerent, abusive guy. But Anthony Paglia tells him that's what he wants. All right, Russians Are Coming is 1966. I thought it was a very old film. Oh, fun bit of trivia. You, Anthony Paglia's niece at uni. So the movie The Russians Are Coming is as old as me. So there you go. What was that? Something on my lip. All right. I'm really enjoying that drink. I want to get something to drink. Maybe make this gin mezcal sour. I'm going to look up exactly what gin. There we go. Gin mezcal sour. Dry gin. Okay. Pineapple juice I have to go get. And the lime juice I have to go get. Okay. Lame claims to fame. Nice. I didn't see all of it, Coward Vegan, but that was the case. I think Tom Tanuki was actually quite good at promoting the idea. Stop saying there isn't a progressive case to vote no. I mean, that's not a bad claim. 3 degrees of separation, Liv Tyler. Oh, you did Double Date and chose to go and see Married an Axe Murderer. It was up against Jurassic Park. I quite enjoyed that movie. Firstly, okay, so Discord uptime. Happy office worker alone in an office environment being really productive. It's like, there's like no way I am more productive in the office. It adds nothing to my day. But this is what AI thinks happy office workers look like. That guy is pretty exuberant. He needs a bigger shirt. It's straining at his arms. I think that's a gym guy he's trying to show off. This guy also very happy with his weird hands and weird head. This lady, she's more relaxed, and also there is something extremely odd happening with her arms. How many fingers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought that was too many fingers. That's 5 fingers, and there's a thumb under there, and this is going in there, and that's typical AI. Very weird stuff happening there. Ooh, sorry, I'm talking about them before I show them. It's like a zoom motion to really make it look exciting. Every programmer, after spending 3 days trying to fix one bug, less than 1% of the functionality of software. Yeah. So that's not really the problem. It's just that the Office doesn't really add anything for me. So some more office workers. This funny looking woman who, it seems like she's a floating torso, actually. These ones are all a bit more relaxed. Like it's like Office Bro here. It's like maybe someone in the background. He's relaxed with his tie not fully done up. And this guy looks weird. He doesn't look that happy to be in the office. If I'm being completely honest, this guy does not look that happy to be in the office. All right, and this guy is going warp. He's like he's Zen, and he's elevating to a higher level of consciousness. And the tabletop he's on has no legs. It's levitating. Funny looking. Look, just because I say someone else is funny looking doesn't mean I'm not funny looking. A 5 head? Yeah, see, look, 5 fingers. It's definitely a 5 head. And so for having an unsatisfactory experience with crust pizza. I mean, broadly, I would guess crust is better than Domino's because I definitely would not get Domino's. I usually wouldn't get crust either. I actually agree, Harry. They did look a bit like school computer rooms. All right. I'm going to leave chicken in charge again. Got to get a couple things. Double check. Need to get the pineapple juice and the lime juice. All right. Safa, I have 2 really good local pizza places. You want some elevator music while I'm gone? Your wish is my command, Safa. Lo-fi is always good. Some lo-fi beats. All right. Chicken's still looking at the thing. Music on. Going to make a video. Yes, Lo-Fi Beats channel with chicken in charge. Okay, what was happening on the Discord? Oh, chicken in charge. Cartoon image, punk rock rubber chicken looking into a computer screen. Nice. Chicken in charge fan art. Load some of them. They look like Chicken Little. All right, just before I go off and make the video, some of the punk rock chickens looking at the computer screen. I love it's made them look very plastic, like plastic toys, which is quite cute. That's a fun one. I like that one. And this, oh God, what was that? Jesus, I clicked on the wrong thing. Yep, clicked on the wrong thing again. God damn it. This one, he kind of looks sad and he's got testicles hanging off his chin. Possibly he's sad because he has testicles hanging off his chin. Hard to be sure. These ones. Oh, make it realistic. Okay. Oh, these are kind of fun. Just loading them. Little teaser comment about them being a bit more realistic. Right, so more Chicken in Charge fan art. I like this one. That's very punk. He looks very angry. Very angry chicken. Safa, I bought the chickens online, like probably Amazon. I don't remember exactly. eBay, Amazon, something like that. This one almost looks like it's falling asleep. I do like the very punk crown on the chickens. Come on, let's go. And this one is weirdly scrawny. This one is weirdly scrawny. And the last one, back to looking like a plastic toy. Looking at all the little YouTube videos. Good on you, chicken. Okay, so I'm going to leave Chicken in Charge. Put the banner on. I'm just going to... All right, put the banner on while Chicken's in charge. Jeremy, you have been away a while. I moved here a couple months ago. My offspring moved out into their own place, so I took over the bedrooms. So this used to be my son's bedroom. Look at the bar. Check it out. Fucking classy, man. Yeah, this is where I make my cocktail videos now, which I'm just about to do. Chicken's in charge. While I do this, I'm just going to set up. Move this chair out of the way. All right, I'm hoping this drink will be good. It sounds good to me. Move that. Move that. I like to move it. All right, get a... Okay. All right, back every second night now. Nice. There you go. Yeah, no, this is a nice space. The lights, private setup. It's good. It's a good thing. All right, bringing this camera over here. So, Heine, I will say there have been instances, a very small number, like I could count them on one hand, but there were instances where I've woken up and Mrs. Angry said, "Yeah, you still smell like alcohol. You definitely shouldn't drive a car." So I don't. So you've been busy, Jeremy. Work, running, gaming community. Yeah, no, that's absolute legit. That sounds absolutely legit. Certainly nothing you should apologize for. Right, so we're gonna make a gin mezcal sour. So we get the gin, we get the mezcal. Peloton de la Muerte, Death Squad mezcal. So Dolly Chickly Not even. What the fuck was that? Okay, come on, my phone is fucking with me now. Jesus Christ. That's what I wanted. Jesus. That was more difficult than it needed to be. Video ideas. Oh, does it need an update? A gin mezcal sour. Gin, pineapple juice, orange liqueur. That's what I have to get. Get my curacao out of here. Last little bit of that, maybe. Curacao. Lime juice. Let's get ready. Lime juice. Pineapple juice. Curacao. Gin. Mezcal. Alright, we're going to use this one. 45 mils of gin. Just get that ready. Alright. How much mezcal? 7.5 mils. Could have an ounce. Alright. Happening. Let's go. Too legit to quit. Alright. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna wait, let's get this. I'm gonna light things up for my GoPro. Right, so up a little bit. Up a little bit more. That's about right. And all right, let's do this. Cure. Lime juice, 10 mils. All right, it's all those ingredients. Let's put some ice in here. All right. Oh man, that mezcal is just great. I'm gonna put it in a cube. That there, that looks pretty good. Put that on, and we'll shake it like a Polaroid picture. Alright, strain this in here. Alright. Gonna turn this off. Alright, so I'm gonna make any more videos tonight, I don't think. Oops, that's gonna make noises. I gotta silence it. Oh, wait. No. Okay, now I'm gonna do my talking bit. How's the framing? That's a bit better. How's the hair? I don't know. Probably looks wild and crazy. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a gin mezcal sour. It's almost a gin. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a gin mezcal sour. It's almost like a gin version of a margarita with a few additions. And giving it a taste. Oh, it's bright and fruity, and that mezcal smoke comes through so nicely. This is how we make it. In our shaker, you put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of dry gin. And in the same amount, 1.5 ounces, 45 mils of pineapple juice. Then around 1/4 ounce, 7.5 mils of an orange liqueur. And the same amount, 1/4 ounce, 7.5 mils of mezcal. To round things out, we do 1/3 ounce, 10 mils of lime juice. Car going past. We add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds, and then strain it into a chilled coupe, which gives us this delightful, fruity, smoky number, the Gin Mezcal Sour. Give it a go. Cheers. Dunzo. And the smoke element of mezcal is always interesting to me. Let me switch things off. And switch that off. Switch that off. Okay. As much as you've done a good job, chicken, time for you to step aside. Get my sound back. Lemon heads. So what am I missing? Lemon heads. Is it a Canadian thing to apologise to someone who bumps into you? Is it worldwide? It varies. And Jeremy, what keeps it coming back doing this for love? Oh yeah, no, it's just, it's hanging out. This is chills and hanging out. What they say, nothing is forever. What makes love the essential? Oh, I feel like that's song lyrics that you're quoting to me. Oh no! I am not into toxic positivity. I'm not into trying to like force people to say you feel good. Oh, I forgot to put the lids on all those fucking bottles. Sorry, just 1 second. I should do it while I'm thinking. Oh. Let's just go over here and put these lids back on. Dunzo. Oh, goodness me. All right, what am I doing there? Gin Mezcal Sour. You move over to doing my little workflow. Oh, I was going to share with you, I think it was before you joined, Dr. Abigail. Where will I put this? In Discord? My server. Cocktails. Post. Then I can share it here. All right. Oh, there's obviously stuff happening on the Discord. Oh, what the hell was the prompt for this? My God. Realistic image of a death squad. Team of various animal mercenaries rescuing a mezcal worm from a tequila bottling factory. My mezcal does actually have worms in it as well. This has produced some truly bizarre images. And I'm here for it, quite honestly. There are some real serious nightmare things in here. And we should all be appreciative of this. Right. So. Oh, sorry, Dr. Abigail. Yes, toxic positivity. It friggin' sucks. I'm all for giving people positive vibes and, hoping that people feel positive. But the whole thing of making it sound like, feeling good is a choice. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's literally circumstances or health conditions that mean you can't be positive, or it's just phenomenally difficult to be positive. Oh, there you go. See, Strictly Sega. I've never listened to the lyrics closely of Hey, it's a fun song though. Right, so weird image time. Mercenaries rescuing and animals rescuing a mezcal worm from a tequila factory. That's just weird. And I mean that in the best possible way. There's another one. My God, like that weird multi-legged thing. There's just something brilliantly nightmarish about this one. And this one's like a woodcut, and I quite like it just purely artistically, even though it's weird and messed up. Just the woodcut style I quite like. This is another big AI art night. This one's great. This is just Hieronymus Bosch vibes with whatever the hell is happening there. There are so many of them. And again, these are weird little muty things from like a really twisted kids cartoon. And this was the first one I saw, and I was looking at that weird worm thing on the ground thinking, what the hell was the prompt? Okay, so same thing, but Marvel style. Let's have a look. Okay, these have... Did you say something about... Oh, yes. Yeah, no, tequila bottle, of course. There's bottles of booze in these ones. And I was thinking, yeah, it's the tequila bottle. Yes, there's a random Spider-Man in there from Marvel style. But let's have a look at them. This one. Again, weird monstery mutants with the one human character. And then all those booze bottles in the foreground. Odd stuff. Yep, this has got some weird disjointed nightmare action happening in it too. It's just what's this one? Yep, just beasties and guns. It's getting better at doing guns, actually. And this is the one with the random Spider-Man in there. And like looks like a dinosaur in the background. Giant bottle of mezcal over here. It's wild. Now, so Dr. Abigail, I was going to share for you. I used the 3D printed layering funnel you made for me for the first time in ages. I haven't used it for ages. Making a red, white, and blue shot for the 4th of July. And it worked really well. I will just share. Oh, Jerry, sorry. That's the thing we've been playing around with on the stream now. People usually Megaleech, but not just Megaleech, just spontaneously asking an AI image generator to create an image based on something that's been talked about on the stream. But this is a red, white, and blue shot I did. And the layering worked so well. And you see there's cinnamon everywhere because I set it on fire and I was sprinkling cinnamon on it to be thinking, ooh, zoom, why can't I control the zoom? But look, the red and the white and the blue, but there's actually lots of cinnamon in there as well. But the layering worked really well. Actually, that's probably why I burnt my fucking throat, because of all the cinnamon in it. Now that I think about it. And yes, Jeremy, it is unnerving what the various AI engines can do. Very unnerving. Oh man, that's pretty good. And again, just that small amount of mezcal. So that agave flavors come through and just the smokiness sitting under it, which actually, it goes really well with the pineapple in there. Smokiness and pineapple goes quite well. It's the whole thing. You know, we're going, Lemonhead's toxic positivity. You and guy in rehab got a terrible burn blister. I hate those. He said, I don't hate them. I don't like them, but I certainly don't hate them. He's trying to be friends with burn blisters. I haven't had a bad one in ages. And I've seen way worse ones on other people than I've ever had. I remember at one point, my idiot older brother just got sunburn to a nightmarish degree, and he had a fucking, he was like massive blister, like on his knee. I remember trying to like get his shorts off him, and he's just like screaming in pain. I think he must have got drunk and passed out in the Dubbo's sun in the middle of summer, which is a bad fucking idea. So limited, that person was an early release, attacked 2 friends with a knife on a meth trip. Well, there you go. Meth, not even once, as the saying goes. So you're allergic to the sun? The sun. Yeah, the horrible yellow face. It burns us. We hate it. We hate it. We do. Yeah, of course I've seen your skin in real life. Unless you were wearing someone else's skin when I were hanging out with you. I stay out of the sun as much as possible, to the extent that when I had some tests done earlier this year, the doctor said I had a vitamin D deficiency. So, well, I don't want to go out in the sun. I keep my beautiful pale complexion. So I take vitamin D supplements now. That was what I was trying to do, Safa. That was Gollum. Yes, curse the Daystar. It's just like I've said this before, but like I see people I went to school with in Dubbo, and I haven't seen them for a decade or decades, and they look so old because they are not sun smart. I'll just say it, they're not sun smart. And they get regularly sunburnt, suntanned, and so wrinkly, so very, very wrinkly, because the sun, that's what it does to you, wrinkles you, ages you. So, yes. Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, the sun's not more harsh in the bush than the city, but I think sometimes the bush lifestyle just involves you being out in the sun and unprotected. Yes. Well, I mean, I don't like wear long sleeve all the time. I just don't go out in the sun. If it's a very hot day, I will like going on long car trips, so you don't get that one sunburnt arm. I'll wear a long sleeve shirt. I say, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Dr. Abigail. Younger brother looks 10 years older than you. Yeah, it's just the friggin' sun, man. It will age you. I think country life, you're just out in the sun more than people in the city. So, yeah, I think that's just the way it is. I want something else. What else do I want? Gotta think of things. Have I become a country snob? I don't know what that means. Do you mean, do I not want to go to the country? Because the answer to that is, well, I don't want to live in the country. There are various places I don't mind going for a weekend away or something. But I absolutely do not want to live in the country at all. Micro, thank you. Coming in with Oh Canada. Was that great line in The Simpsons at one point where they just randomly, as like, an episode finished with, and let us sing the Canadian national anthem in all its beauty, that's not a tribute to war like the American anthem. It's very weird. So there are so many things that mean I never want to live in the country, and the isolation, the cultural limits, the lack of diversity. It's just a whole bunch of reasons I really don't want to live in the country. Open the eyes, everlasting love. Hoity. I'm thinking I want to go out and get an. Oh, do I? You know what? I cannot be fucked. I'm just going to use the ice that's here, which is not the ice I would normally use. In an old fashioned, I just want to make one. That sounds familiar. Is that Ren and Stimpy? The Royal Canadian Kilted Yaxman? That sounds really familiar. And yeah, not that I go out much, but like what Mrs. Angry and I like to do is, like go out to dinner and cocktails, and there's way more limited option in country towns. If by nightlife you mean like going out to the pub and getting shit-faced, that happened all nights in Dubbo. There's not a lot of variety to the nightlife in Dubbo. I got it right. It was Ren and Stimpy. I thought it was familiar. So we were talking about unnecessarily apologizing to people. Yeah. That can be really difficult to navigate. Safa, the short answer is no fucking idea. Another short answer is probably not. But that was a thing I had zero knowledge of as a teenager. But as an educated guess, were any venues in Dubbo making cocktails when I were a lad? Almost certainly not. A bit of ice in there. Drink that. All right. Got this. What am I going to do? What is that doing down there? Suppose it has to go there. What's this? Fancy molasses rum. I'm so fancy. Oh, that's what I want to do. I bought some new things I haven't even tasted. Wait, where did I put? Another square bottle there somewhere? Where did I put? Did I put it in there? Oh, put some of this in here. Oh no! I know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking of things. Right, this and this. So, Dr. Abigail and I today saw this distillery, Fossey's, on Lygon Street, which I did not realise. An actual distillery right there on Lygon Street. Going to have to go in there one time. They have interesting products. A little bit of this Hot Cross Bunny gin liqueur. Just emptying it for the shelf space. It's down the bottom. Okay. I was trying to work out what I had done with a particular bottle. And it's Dune the bottom. Temperature in my place, I have no idea. Don't have internal thermometers. Do have heating that's supposed to keep the place at a reasonable temperature. Going to do a bit of orange peel in here because I'm a classy motherfucker. I love the smell when you peel citrus and you get that oil. Might actually do 2 bits. Make a clarified cocktail with this tomorrow. And yes, I have gas heating in the house. Ducted gas heating. So yeah, paying a fucking fortune. Kayaking Vegan. Country forces people to choose limited choices of interest to build rapport in the community. I mean, yeah, probably. Wait, where's my cherries? God, I went so feral with buying bottles this week. And then I got some specials advertised to me and I thought, yeah, they seem like good specials. So getting even more stuff delivered next week. A little bit irresponsible, quite honestly. That? All right. It took me a second to get. Duck gas? Oh, yeah, ducted. Yes. I have duck gas heating. This is true. All right. So this is a random thing I've made. printing some things. What's this time? That's really good, actually. That is just really good. Yum. Okay, now I'm feeling better. Because I really didn't like the shot. I just did that for a video. I'm not a shot person. And this was weird. I didn't hate it, but it was weird. And the cocktail I made, the gin mezcal sour, it was interesting. Didn't love it. Like, it's probably a 7 out of 10. It's interesting. Didn't love it. This, though, this is like super. It's possibly a little sweet, but it's really yummy. Like, that liqueur should probably be had with soda water. Quite honestly, it's very syrupy sweet, but quite yummy. And that's a yummy thing to go to bed one. Ah, nice. So you got yourself a mixer. You got some. I think you're saying you had. You got the cheaper bottle of Twofold. Oh God, what was I going to do? I should have, as a birthday present, I was going to put some of the barrel aged Twofold I have in a bottle for you. Damn it! Should have done that. Ah well. C'est la vie. Or to pronounce it the way the French pronounce it, c'est la vie. They get very upset when you don't pronounce it properly. So, yes, if you ever want to get a French person online and you want to reflect on something by effectively saying such is life, you pronounce it the way that makes them happy. Say, c'est la vie. And they'll thank you for it. They'll probably talk at length in French, and their tone might sound angry, but that's just the French. That just means they're happy and they're really glad you did what you did. So if you say that, and then a French person, it sounds like they're going off on a whole tirade in French. All they're really saying is, this person's great. I want them to be my best friend. They're awesome. So I know about half Tim Smith. I'm very chill and relaxed. I friggin' slept in this morning. Not that last night's stream went too late, but it was like, post 1 a.m. And I sleep in here because there's a bed there, and to not wake Mrs. Angry up 1 a.m. But then I woke up at 7 and she was awake but still in bed. So I went in bed and had snuggles, and then she got up and I fell asleep, and next thing I knew it was 11 a.m. Oh, nice obscure reference, Lemonheads. Bud Dwyer liked a shot. Yep, he went out with a bang, that guy. You know what? Just randomly, I want to do. I've got this candle I got in a gift thing, and it's a whiskey scented candle, and it smells like smoke, like peated whiskey. And I've never even lit it, and it still really smells like smoke. And I might regret lighting it because the smell might be too intense. But I haven't lit it yet, and I've had it for ages. Young Mr. Angry gave me this. I've got a better one in the kitchen. There we go. Oh, no, it didn't work. There we go. White woman, a white woman's Instagram. It's a very manly candle. Smells like peated whiskey. Candle for insecure dudes. Look at that. Candles are neat. Anyway. So I heard about me have a hangover. What about you? You're a little bit out of control on the cider last night. How did you wake up? I didn't have a hangover. I was obviously just tired, though, the way I slept in. Oh, that's fucking you had a hangover. There you go. Look, I might have had the mildest of headaches, actually, to be fair. Yeah, I actually woke up and went straight into the shower, and that helped. Oh no, honey, you just surpassed Bud Dwyer's age of death. Be like passing through. Never even put any thought into how old Bud Dwyer was. I have to admit, I had a few milestones because various members of my family died comparatively young because of cancer. Like my older sister didn't reach 50. So as I approached 50, I actually got weirdly paranoid about it, that I also would make. Was Bud Dwyer only 47? He looks fucking old in those pictures we're seeing. And my father died in his 50s. And it was just like, that can make me a little bit paranoid. Lemonheads, you lived in Montreal. The odd tirade and French blasted at you. Best kind. No clue what they were saying. Made them angry. Are you more amused? See, that is actually the way to handle it. Just like, yeah, you seem angry. I don't understand anything you're saying. And I don't actually care. I don't know that this candle is putting out more of this peat smoke smell now that I've lit it, because it always smells a bit like peat smoke in here when I come in. Well, again, glass half full, Dr. Abigail. If you ever get cancer, so many cancer jokes saved up. Oh God, Strictly Sacred, did you just go out and watch the Bud Dwyer vid? Oh my God. It's yeah. I remember that where it was a news thing. And I think a lot of the people present, when he whipped out the gun, thought he was going to shoot at them. He didn't. Bang goes Bud, as I think it was People magazine or The Picture put it. So I don't think it's currently raining in Melbourne. There has been light drizzle on and off all day. But yeah, that's just actually. Okay, what the fuck is the weather? I'm going to go in the office tomorrow. Am I really going to regret this? Am I going to get rained on? What's happening? Okay. We're just in this very consistent part of the year where the maximum doesn't get past 14 or 15, but the minimums, there's hardly any variation. Maximum between 14 and 15, minimums between 7 and 9. And maybe, they're saying, tomorrow's only Sunday. For some reason, I started thinking it was fucking Monday. They're saying no rain for a couple of days and then maybe small to medium amounts later in the week. But yeah, it's just like bleak. The weather's fucking bleak. We're in the bleak part of the year. Fucking bleak. So I've had a bug splat loudly on my screen. That's a country thing. The bugs hitting your thing. I guess I could get mail delivered to my work. I mean, I wouldn't. That's a weird question. I don't know why you're asking that. I get stuff either to my home address or my post office box. I guess theoretically I could get stuff delivered to my work. I just wouldn't, though. So, like this little thing for my candle. Hello there. Candle lives in an old spirit bottle that's been cut and roughly sanded. Remove this cap prior to lighting, otherwise this candle will morph into a blowtorch. Warning, rim may have sharp edges and or chips. Surface may become hot during use. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Good advice. People grossly underestimate the heat a simple candle can generate. And I was really into candles in my 20s, so I knew all the risks of them. And I remember being at a house party with someone, and they thought it would be cool if they had some candles around. And thing is, directly above you, like, you can't hold your hand. Look, here's this candle. You can't hold your hand there very long. The heat will burn you, which people don't realize. The heat that goes straight up from a candle is actually quite intense. And it's in this house party, and people thought it'd be cool if they had candles around. And they had some that were at a high point, and they were about this far from the ceiling. And I went, that's a bad idea. And it, because of the brightness of the candle, it wasn't immediately obvious, and you wouldn't have seen it if you didn't know to look for it. But the ceiling was starting to go black, and it wasn't burning. That was like soot from the candle. But I realized it was generating enough heat that the ceiling might actually combust. So yes, I grabbed the person whose house it was and went, that's a really bad idea. Don't do that. And they were freaked out. They had no idea that could be a thing. Seriously, so the song "Hey Man, Nice Shot" is actually about Bud Dwyer, is it? Okay, cool. Oh, Safo, are you watching football or something? Is it pouring at the MCG? If it's raining here, it's very quiet. Okay, now I want to look at the rain map. Is it raining here? Lots of little bits of rain all around Melbourne, but only little bits. So it's really, really scattered showers. Okay. Oh, lots of activity on the Discord I can hear. Sorry, these are hilarious. Sorry. There's you Poisa. You'll love these, Safa. These are images inspired by your interaction with the bug. That's so funny. I really like these. These are surreal. These are beautiful. A bug smashing into a VW bug. Oh my God. Those are actually quite funny. And this one. It's like a huge cockroach crash landing on a Volkswagen Beetle. Oh my goodness. That just... Oh, and this one's done the thing where it randomly puts text on it that doesn't say anything. That looks more like a Morris Minor with, and that's like a flea. That's like a huge flea attacking a Morris Minor. Those were great. Oh my God. I do love the cartoony things that they're being, and so it's using DALL-E. I was also thinking, because Midjourney, which does generally better quality images than the Bing one that's powered by DALL-E, but I'm sure they're going to upgrade it at some point. And yes, Heine, that is the truth. The Beetles, the Volkswagen Beetles, had the engine in the rear. My first car was a Volkswagen Beetle, like older than me. Tiny fucking engine, like lawnmower-sized engine in the friggin' car, and I flogged it to death. Then I was driving it for ages, where I basically had no brakes. That's a ridiculous situation to think you can do. Where I had to pump the brakes, these old style brakes, you'd have to pump them to get it to gradually slow down. It's like, my God, how stupid was I thinking that was a reasonable way to go through life? Because it wasn't. Almost ran over a bunch of school kids at one point. They were crossing the road illegally, and I realized, and they were ahead of me, and I'd been building up speed because I was coming to a big hill, and I was going, I need to build up speed for the hill. And then these fucking idiot kids were streaming across. It was some school thing, and illegally they were jaywalking, and I was like, pump, 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 and I just barely avoided plowing through them all. Last picture looked not so much like a Morris Minor. Taylor Swift came and delivered to. Wow. Big call. All right, I'm gonna. Actually, here's the thing: when I blow the candle out, that might make a lot of smoke. You see it? Yeah, you can see all the smoke. Little ember on the wick is making. I should probably. I'm not really good at doing that, but I did it. Which, again, and Dr. Abigail, that was a good non sequitur. For anyone who's that literally, the phrase non sequitur literally translates as it does not follow. So if someone says one thing and you say something that's theoretically in response to what the person said, but there is no or a very tenuous connection, it's a non sequitur because it does not follow. Oh my God, look, Jesus Christ. Now I'm all sooty. What the hell? What the hell is this about? Jesus, honestly. Oh man, okay, so finishing off my Fossey's Hot Cross Bunny gin liqueur really makes me think another time going to hang out in that Fossey's distillery and taste some of their stuff, because they had some fascinatingly flavored things like butterscotch whiskey and all these flavored gins. But that's for another time. Saw it today. I have some. I do too. I put some soot on my eyebrows. Mrs. Anger is just going to be, what are you doing? Because it's not mirrored. Now I'm giving. I'm just giving myself really dark eyebrows. Let's just blend it. Let's blend it. I'm just trying to blend my. This is now a makeup tutorial. I'm just trying to blend my eyebrows. Seriously, Mrs. Angry is going to look at me and go, what the fuck were you doing? Ah, Pat, you are just the biggest sweetie. Look at you. Look at that. Oh. Yeah. I've got like a straight black eyebrows now. I could I could do it some more. Like I get a little bit more of this, and do it there. It's ridiculous. Hey, Ms. M Creations, how you doing? You killed me. We're going to say like 10 o'clock. Probably going to go to some bed, I'm covered in soot from this bloody candle. Going to be interesting if I come in here in the morning. Is it going to smell more of this sort of whiskey peat smoke thing? Your eyebrows. Put them above my glass. I'm kind of tempted to wipe my hands on my beard and make my beard all black and sooty. You know what? I'm going to do it. See if I can make my beard go black. You like the shirt, Ms. M? This is like all the cocktails on this one. I could like, well, there's like gin and tonic. What's on here? Gin and tonic, a highball, and obituary. I actually thought one time I might try and make all these cocktails that are on this. Margarita, Northern Lights, La Desiderata, the Knickerbocker. Some of them are quite obscure. I'm the shirts guy, Ms. M. There's like even at work, all the people are like, yeah, just waiting to see what shirt you have today. Well, it's seriously the end of the stream. So these eyebrows look so stupid. Oh God. I could have. I'm not going to have another boozy drink this late because I'm probably going to go to bed soon. Just waiting to hear from Mrs. Angry. She's out playing her Zelda game. I will actually just get her to me. Let me know when you're going to bed. Okay. Lawsy. David. Yeah, okay. Clash Royale. I'm not altogether sure what that's in reference to. Stop watching The Ashes. Okay. Ended my... Oh, neat. Holy Day of Eid. What's the appropriate greeting for Eid? Is it Eid Mubarak? It's like a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Because living in a multicultural society, you learn things. I feel like I'm not sure if that's the appropriate greeting for Eid. Eid Mubarak. Thank you. I got it right. Points for me. So I hope it was a good time for you and your family. It's actually, it can be quite a big festival in certain suburbs here in Melbourne. I think I did get some color in my beard here, actually, from the soot on my hands. All right. Washing the ashes on Angry's face. Yeah, all right. Oh, David, yeah, there was a drink in here. I actually did make a drink, but I've drunk it all. Oh, nice. Yes. Please post some pictures on the Discord. Yes. Oh, wow. It's ages since. Okay. So you must, Zenoid, I'm guessing you're Turkish? One of my oldest YouTube friends is a Turkish guy. His YouTube channel, is Conmec. His name's Efe. I have not had so much contact with him like in the last 10 years, quite honestly. But in the early days of YouTube, we interacted heaps. We actually did some videos together. And he seems like a really knowledgeable guy. Safa, would you be sober 6-ciders stopping at midnight? You mean now? I mean, the average cider, and there's a lot of variation, but a bottled or canned cider is usually only somewhere between 1 and 2 standard drinks. There is some variation, but even if we go the upper end and said the can or bottle of cider was a slightly higher alcohol content, and so it was 2 standard drinks. So if you had 6 ciders, 3 standard drinks has you at the legal limit. 1 standard drink an hour has you after that. So basically, if you drink those 6 ciders up to midnight, so like, because you were already pretty 3 sheets to the wind when the stream started. So let's say you started drinking them at 8. You would probably be over the legal limit until 3 or 4 a.m. You started at 7. So if you stopped, you had those ciders stopped at midnight, you would probably be down to close to 0 alcohol by 4 a.m. That would be my guess. That's very, it's not unscientific, but it's a bit tenuous. You probably would have been down to 0 blood alcohol by about 4 a.m. Dickens cider. Seriously, it depends on the strength of the Dickens cider. Because, I mean, you know, a lot of people think a Dickens cider is just one thing, but there's soft Dickens cider and hard Dickens cider, and there is stronger Dickens cider as well. So it's not just one thing. It is absolutely not just one thing. So, Heine, it's a question that we all ask ourselves, and maybe ask our friends. You know, did you get your Dickens cider? It's a thing. You know, it's a question that's worth asking. Is all I'm saying. And so I was just asking which cider from Dan's. You again, excellent question, Megalich. Can you get a stubby Dickens cider? I think you probably could if you put your mind to it. I think if you put your mind to it, you could get a stubby Dickens cider. Please come up with some more. Safa, but actual cider, I don't know. They're all kind of okay. But if you want my top tier one, which you can get from at least some Dan's, is Flying Brick. And their mascot is Black Cockatoo. It's a cider made out in Geelong. It's my favorite cider. And you can get it from some Dan's. True, Dr. Abigail. It's a Dickens cider is a great gift. So long as everyone involved is enthusiastically endorsing the Dickens cider, it's a good time. Oh yes, a long neck. If you get a long neck, it's colloquially known as a long Dickens cider. You could pour it into a sort of like a thick glass like this, and it would be a thick Dickens cider. All right. It was nice. Your cousin actually told you they enjoyed a Dickens cider just the other day. That's great that you share those things. I feel like this is getting past you, Safa. I'm just going to throw that out there. You're getting there, buddy. You're getting there. Yes. We are doing Benny Hill, Sweet Summer Child. We are doing Benny Hill level innuendo here. That would be creative if you mixed it with whipped cream, a creamy Dickon cider. Giorno Giovanni, Goku or Saitama? Are we asking who would want a Dickon cider? Who would? I'm sorry, that's. Well, Heine, it depends. It depends on your relationship and your taste. If you want the cream with the Dickon cider, it's a whole thing. Oh yes, fat washing is excellent, and honestly, who wouldn't want a fat Dickon cider? Safa, Saitama is One Punch Man, which is a really weird anime. It's a good anime. I enjoy it. It's fun, but it's weird. So yeah, Goku's Dragon Ball. Saitama is One Punch Man. It almost these days it almost is superfluous to say weird anime. Because they're all weird. And you get the ones that deliberately lampoon the weirdness in anime, like One Punch Man, or possibly more extreme is Bobobobobobobo. When my youngins found Bobobobobobobo, it was about 15 years ago. I think they were pre-teens, definitely, and it was quite funny. Oh yes, a crossover Megaleech, Saitama's Dick Insider. Yeah, absolutely. One punch Dick Insider. Oh no. Okay. So, stuff you were a teenager 15 years ago. Well, my offspring, I'm like, I think when they found Bobobobobobobo, they were preteens. So that's about 15 years ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. As having this discussion with someone, apparently Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was deliberately super fucking weird. How Tim Smith? I'm probably only half Tim Smith. There's a mild. Honestly, if I had drunk this and I just didn't want to drink any, it is. It definitely looks like dirty dishwater, and it's going down the sink. I'm not going to drink that. I just made the fucking shot for a video. I don't like shots. Ah, wow. See, I'm not sure how satisfying that would be. While one pump of syrup sounds appealing, a one pump Dick Insider is not necessarily going to be satisfying. That's what I thought. I thought the conversation was with you at Dan Murphy's. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, no, Safa, I'm going to tip it out. It's probably going to go down the sink. I mean, if I taste it, I mean, honestly, that's not terrible. I think the ice has melted and it's diluted a bit. So it's soda water with actually that tastes fine now. I might actually drink it now. It's diluted a little, and it's got half an ounce. How many standard drinks would be in that? 2? It's probably 2 standard drinks. Oops, that was weird. 5 seconds after checking my phone. God damn it. Just flirting with Mrs. Angry in text messages. See, he's on board now, finally. Ask for a Dick Insider. Oh, dear. Sorry. Sexting. No, it's not. It's actually far more innocent than sexting. It was flirting, though, on the phone there. Not bedtime yet. I literally just said to Mrs. Angry, please just tell me when you're going to bed. So, when am I going to bed? Asterisk. I don't know. Mrs. Angry's out there playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's basically when she feels like she wants to go to bed. I just asked her to tell me, and then I'll go to bed too. Otherwise, we'll just hang. Could be anywhere from 5 minutes to half an hour. Who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery. It's weird. I wasn't into this, but it sat there for an hour or two with the ice melting, and it's actually quite nice now. So I'm probably not going to tip it down the sink. I'm going to sip on it. I'm going to sip. How long does it take? No, the CPAP machine turns on instantaneously. It's literally just, I make sure there's water in this little reservoir because it like puts water vapor in the thing so my throat doesn't dry out. And then just put on the stupid headgear and go to bed. It's fucking annoying, but it's preferable to dying in your sleep. And there are a lot of I'm not sure how solid medicine is, but there's basically a belief that the sleep apnea, the thing where you stop breathing and you puts terrible strain on your hearts if you're a Time Lord, heart if you're a human. So CPAP machine. What do I think about meritocracy? It's a fallacy. We do not live in a meritocracy. We live in a plutocracy. It's basically people with power do everything they can to maintain power. And yes, it is possible. It's definitely possible for people who start with basically nothing to achieve a higher station in life. And it's not limited to straight white men. Straight white men are far more advantaged than anyone else. But it is theoretically possible for an individual born to the lowest of the low could raise up. But dickheads who talk about meritocracy are usually people who have masses and masses of privilege, and they refuse to acknowledge the massive scale of the privilege they have. So my personal view is we don't live in a meritocracy. Yes, David, we live in a society. Sorry, just picturing just George Costanza in his frustration going, we live in a society, Jerry. But yeah, no. We don't live in a meritocracy, and my personal belief is the people who push the idea that we have are massively privileged and absolutely blind to the scale of their privilege. I was having a whole conversation with Dr. Abigail earlier about if I had the Thanos power to snap people out of existence. One of the things with SUVs and the stupidly oversized vehicles, I would definitely snap them out of existence. And honestly, probably the people who are stupid enough to buy them, because they're an abomination. And I kind of think anyone stupid enough to get them, maybe doesn't deserve to be part of this society that we live in. Yes, in case anyone was wondering, would I be a terrible, brutal dictator? Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, but see, we've literally had this conversation, Megalich. I think of all the people who have the larger vehicle, the SUV things, a tiny, tiny minority have a valid reason. And we had this conversation, and Tazjik actually says, like, again, because of health and maneuverability things, need a vehicle that you don't get down into, need to actually get up into it. And there are absolutely people for whom there is a solid, real, practical reason to have them, but I essentially I have no hesitation in saying 90% of the people, and a CRV is not even that friggin' big. It is big. Yeah, no, I remember. I remember us having that conversation. I have no hesitation in saying that over 90% of people who have these oversized vehicles absolutely should not have them. They have no justification for it. And it's to the detriment of everyone else that they have them. So, yeah, it's kind of like, again, growing up in the country, utes and 1-ton trucks were work vehicles. Then when you're in the city and you see some friggin' poser with an overly detailed ute, and just like, motherfucker, where I grew up, you would just be so mercilessly mocked for having this wankmobile because it's obviously not a work vehicle. Utes and the old 1-ton trucks were work vehicles where I grew up. You just get these dickheads in cities. Did I use whom appropriately? Good. I'm glad even in my slightly inebriated state, I can use whom correctly. Yeah, Safa, again, in the country, the ute is a simple functional work vehicle. And it has some merit in, the city and suburbs for tradies. But when you get these absurdly oversized vehicles that are starting to appear now, and their carrying capacity is about the same as a fucking hatchback, and it's just, I don't know. The people who get them need to be slapped around a bit. I know, Suffer, did I see Peter Brock win at Bathurst on TV? Yeah. I mean, I guess in the, was it 70s and 80s where it was Brock versus Moffat? Brock was Holden and Moffat was Ford. I was definitely Team Brock. Actually, while we're celebrating Canada Day, Alan Moffat was a Canadian, if I remember rightly. And I know I never went, God, didn't go to the car races in person. The car races were fucking bogan central. The car races were fucked. There used to be motorcycle races at Easter, and possibly still are in Bathurst on the racetrack. And then the fucking car races in a different part of the year. And whereas the media would hype up, the bikies were all out of control. The bikies were always lovely in town and respectful and whatnot. And gross thug cops would volunteer from around the state to bolster up the police force in Bathurst when the bike races were on. And the cops were the dangerous ones, not the bikies. But the car races, the V8s, and it was, Jesus Christ, the fucking scumbags who would come into town for the car races. Thought I was talking about Stephen Moffat, the showrunner for Doctor Who. No, Alan Moffat was a Canadian race car driver who was big in Australia in the 70s and early 80s. David, I thought, dude, I think by definition, you are literally being sexist. I have problems with some women in traffic. I have problems with some men in traffic. My personal experience, I don't have more problems with women than men. Uh, oh my God, I had someone tonight. Mrs. Angry and I went out earlier, went to a Mexican restaurant, very yum. Although they did make the worst mojito I have ever had in my life. And I say that with no reservation. It was fucking terrible. Because a good mojito is exceptional. And just for a laugh, I thought, oh, they've added a mojito to their menu. I might get that. It was fucking terrible. Like 3 out of 10. As when Mrs. Angry was asking me to rate it, I said, look, honestly, if I had never had a mojito in my life and this was the first mojito I'd ever had, I would never order another mojito for the rest of it. And I didn't tell them. I feel bad. I am not really able to tell people that thing you served me was fucking terrible. I might for food, actually. I didn't feel able to tell them. It tasted like too much lime juice in soda water. It wasn't sweet enough, and it didn't taste of mint at all. Giorno, I did go to university. I have a BA in communications. I majored in theatre and other media. So, yeah. That was in the deep, dark past. In another century. That was, oh my God, I'm so fucking old. Yes, I was at university in a different century. Oh God. Just saying it and thinking of myself at uni, thinking about a different century, it's just like, oh my God. David, what we're saying is the statement that you made is by definition sexist, and in my personal experience, also completely inaccurate. You asked and said, is that he, or no, you didn't ask. What did you actually say? You don't think you're being sexist, but you were. That is by definition sexist. This does not mean you are sexist in all aspects of your life, but I'm telling you unequivocally, no gray area, the statement is by definition sexist. And in my personal experience, is also inaccurate. People are the problem. Yep, that's actually that's much better now. It's diluted, actually. No, that wasn't heartburn. That was just me feeling age. It's like, what is that thing at the end of Saving Private? I was actually just going through the Metamorphosis. Matt Damon, that bit at the end of Saving Private Ryan, where Matt Damon morphs into the old man. That was what I was going through. That was just what I was going through there. Invisible Fox, you had a nap and now you're back. I mean, I'm still here, which this is honestly later than I would usually be on a Thursday night. But I just like told my other half, when she's ready to go to bed, I'll go to bed. But she's out there playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So I was thinking. Yes, that was a spoiler for a 20-year-old movie, Saving Private Ryan. Because they do set it up to make you think the old man at the start of the movie is Tom Hanks, which is a misdirect. I do like Saving Private Ryan. I think most people agree the way it does the Normandy landing is incredibly compelling. And it maybe goes off a bit after that. Wait, my phone's dinging. All right, Mrs. Angry's going to bed, which means I'm going to bed too. You know what? I'm leaving that. I'm not sure. But we now, because it's the end of the stream. Ooh, Jesus, that was weird. Don't know why I thought that was going to fall off when it slid down. Nowhere for it to go. We're going to do the ceremonial eating of the cherry. Honestly, made that drink. I'm glad those cherries are so fucking good. Yum. Fucking yeah. Right. Honestly, made that drink solid to have a cherry and put some orange peel in it. Mrs. Angry will put that in her hot chocolate in the morning. Thanks, Heine. I really enjoyed the stream too. Good stream. Good stream. Good stream. Everyone who's here and part of it is all good. And I lit my candle for the first time. Okay. I'm going to be interested. I come in here in the morning if I think the smell is stronger than it has been in the past. Oh, yeah, no, the Schrodinger's joke thing is kind of bullshit, yeah. That's like David. Something got to do. Well, it is a simple statement of fact that what you said was factually untrue and unsupportable from a factual point of view. So it was intrinsically sexist. You don't care how people react. Well, as you posed it and said you're not sexist, but the thing you posed was by definition unequivocally sexist. But anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. And there's probably going to be a Sunday night stream too, for anyone who's interested. I gotta go wash my face. I got this soot in my eyebrows, and I think there's some in my beard too. There's still some on my hands. Mrs. Angry's going to look at me like I'm a goddamn weirdo for having done this. But, you know, to be fair, I'm a goddamn weirdo. So I'm going to go sleepy bobos. And see anybody wants to come around another time, and I'll say